So if you've been involved with the stock market for a while, then you know that it takes a good understanding of not only the markets, but of human emotion as well. However, that's kind of easier said than done, especially when you think about things like work, family, school, and all of the other responsibilities that we have. Finding consistent candidates to trade can be very challenging. In this video, I'm going to break down some of the tips and strategies to help you find the next big move, no matter what season of life you're in. Coming right up.
Hey, what's up? Rob here with Wealth Builders HQ, where we bring you the best tips and tools for building your skills to develop wealth for today and well into the future. And on this channel, we do a lot of stock market analysis for long and short term, as well as recaps just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, one of the questions we get most from our Wealth Builders HQ community is, how do you look at where the stock market has been and determine where it is headed? So we have actually put together an entire free live training workshop that is all about finding the best candidates for today's market. And there's a section for the community, you, to bring your stocks to the event and have me analyze them for you in real time. This free workshop is called Power Hour, and it's taught every Monday live online at noon Eastern Time. I'll leave a link to it below in the show notes.
So let's start this week's report off with the upcoming economic reports. Now we have one report on Tuesday at 10 a.m. We have three of them on Wednesday. The big one on Wednesday for me is the crude inventory report. I talk about this every week in this video and every Monday, for Monday's updates this week, Tuesday, because of the Monday holiday. And we look to trade it on Thursday this week. Usually it's on a Wednesday. Because of the holiday, they pushed it out. Usually it's at 10:30. They push it to 11 o'clock. Give them enough time to come up with the answer to the report. But what we look to do there, guys, is take advantage of crude and trade it either up or down. Well, Rob, which way is it going to go? I don't know. We're going to put orders in for both ways. And we're going to employ the management techniques that we learn in the E-mini think tank on how do we go ahead and track this, trade this, handle this move. So make sure you check that out, guys, in the E-mini think tank. There is a 2-week trial that you can take for free. So come on in and see what we do. Then on Friday, we've got a couple of reports as well. They're all earnings related. They are all the same report, or from the same data series, I should say. They just break them out into 3 separate reports. So let's go ahead and take a look at earnings now for this week. We're in the end of earnings season. We don't have a lot of big stocks left. Still a few, but not a lot. So we just have 3 of them to check out for this week. So go ahead and do just that. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look next at the S&P 500. So the S&P, as we look at it, guys, we've had some great moves in the S&P. If we look at a weekly chart, right? If we look at a weekly chart, look at the move that's been made up there. Right? It's a great push to the upside. That last candle, the last day, or the last bar candle, is a week. So it was Monday through Friday of last week. You can see we had about 26, almost 27 point move to the upside for the week. When we break it back down into a daily, you can see we gapped up on Monday, ran up to all-time highs, yes, rolled back over, and we're sitting right now at some very key levels. So if I back this out a little bit from here, you can see this dotted dashed red line is right at 2,900 right here. We've got this diagonal uptrend line sitting there, and we have this 2890 fib line. All of this confluence coming in this area right here, and of course the 2907.64 level as well. It's all a confluence in that area. We are sitting right at the 2900 and that diagonal trend line. So really a move above 2907 into the all-time highs, which were on Wednesday, and the all-time high was 2916.50. Right, so right on this day here. Anything above there, guys, is the home run we're looking for. Now, the question, how are the pros going to trade this? Well, guys, that's the key. The pros are setting it up right now. They're looking at this, and they're not waiting for the breakout above that 2916.50 level. They're looking at it as if we can push it, make a small push to the upside, have a very tight stop if we're wrong, down below some of those key areas there. And if it does move, folks, it could be a big move very quickly. And if you're not in it, you're not in it. So the pros are going to be testing that to see the move up to the 2916.50, the all-time high. And actually, let me just snap a line in there, right in there. That's what they're going to be testing up to. Now, the break above there normally comes with, could be a very small candle pushing up as a test, and the next one is very large. It could just break out into a large candle. We don't really have the exact answer. Nobody does. But I will tell you this. The pros are looking at that level saying, what will it take? No ifs, ands, or buts. What will it take to get us up to 3,000? we're going to ring the bell, folks. We are going to ring the bell. It's all a matter of, how fast do we push it. Just like we got to $150 oil, it lamented down below it for quite a while, and finally someone just said, done, push it up there, get it over with. Once it hit that 150, 155, the oil market fell apart, right? So if we look at some recap from last week, we look at Apple, and here's the daily chart on Apple. If we go to the weekly chart of Apple, you can see they've got an $11.5 move. What a great candle for that weekly there. But a phenomenal looking move there. We're pushing up nice and high. We'll have to redraw Fibonacci soon, but for now it stays. Amazon, same thing, guys. Tremendous move. So what does Amazon do? 107 points in the day, and bam, they break through 2,000. Right? So now when we compare Amazon to Booking is at 1951. Amazon has not hit the high compared to Booking yet, right, at all. But what we will say is this. They are definitely leading the pack right now with how things are going. Last week on Booking, if we go to the weekly chart, we were up $48 after this big move to the downside. This one candle was up $48. CMG, goodness gracious, oh my, almost $46 to the downside in 1 week. Tremendous move for them down. And then, of course, Tesla, they had a 21-point move to the downside. So they're up, they're down, they're up, they're down, they're up, they're back down. Just can't make up their mind what they want to be when they grow up. Now, from here, let's go take a look at some stocks to watch this week. So the very first one is Amgen, AMGN. Broke out of the zero line, pushing up into this all-time high here, which actually happens to coincide roughly with this black line, which is called a Fibot, that 201.04 level. So we're looking for the next push up to about 205 and then 209 on Amgen. On Alibaba, guys, we had a nice move to the downside. If we can get this rollover, I'd love to close near the 182 level and the fail. But if we don't, and we just continue to drop below 173, look at that 165 as your next target. Now, Biogen, wowzer, nice bounce. Right off of the fib line, broke out of that 348.40 level. This is $11.16 move for the day, for the week. If we break the daily out on these, and actually I'll go back and look at Amgen and Baba on the daily too. If we break the daily out on these guys, great moves in there. That 358 is target for us. So on the daily, here's what we're looking at for Amgen. I'll give you a little more time so you can see it. For Alibaba, same thing, guys. You can see, 5 days of rollover, small bounce off of that 236 line. Biogen, great climb, guys. We finally got above these recent highs that were holding us back. So the break and the move to 358 is much more doable at this point. Last one is Facebook, FB. So guys, they've been kind of up and down. Again, for the weekly on Facebook, they're only up $1.08. But we look at the overall pattern. I'm going to actually bring in some moving averages on this one. We look at the overall pattern, we're just breaking down below the moving averages. And just disregard the orange and the yellow lines there, folks. Those are for what we use in power option. So just disregard them for now. But once we get down or actually stay down below the 176.05, we're down below now. We're looking at 173 and then 167 as our two downside targets. And 173 is very doable because we've been there twice. 167 is doable. We had the stretch down there, which was the end of our fib pattern. All right, fantastic.